y'all. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Today is a major day for the House of Postiche. We are actually getting our wig bus, and it is on the way from South Florida, and it's coming today. And this is my first video that I am making before it gets here, because I just want to document how excited I am and these emotions that I'm feeling right now before it gets here, because this is insane. This is crazy. And I say insane in a good way. Like, this is amazing. I'm so excited. I have been wanting a wig bus for a very long time, and I started with a 6x12 trailer. So stay tuned. So before I get into that video, I have to show you this really cool spot I went to in Orlando, Florida, called Oh Hey Cafe. This place was really cool. My kids loved it. So I actually came here on the same day that I was filming the shoot, just to keep my kids busy, because my husband, he went to go pick up our bus, and we had the entire day together, just mama. So I was like, you know what, this would keep them pretty busy and then also get them really tired, so it's easy to put them down to bed, since I am by myself tonight. So I brought them to Oh Hey Cafe. The cool thing about Oh Hey Cafe is that it's actually free for kids to come in and play here. It's a great co-working space for parents, for entrepreneurs with kids, of course. Just be mindful to purchase a few snacks at their little food bar. But your kids can play here until they close. And we didn't stay there that long, but until they got a little too crazy, I was like, all right, let's pack up and go. But I loved this spot. Kenji wasn't really feeling it because he's having separation anxiety. So they did their best to keep him occupied and keep him productive and having fun as much as they possibly could. But other than that, I think they have Wi-Fi here, but I didn't use it just because I have my own personal hotspot. But I love this place. I will definitely be back. You know, once Kenji comes here more often, he'll get used to it, hopefully. Now, I like to do things a little bit differently. Now, I may not always have sponsors sponsoring my videos. However, I do take my kids to a lot of different play places, playgrounds, parks, all of that. And I like to pick places that are fun for me too, whether that's a place where I can work or that's a place I can play with them. So stay tuned for that. Oh my God, ew. Anyways, love being a mom. Now, let's get back to that video. All right, you guys, I've been wanting a wig bus for a few years now. I had this idea when I decided that I no longer wanted to have a brick and mortar. Yeah, I did about 3 years in my brick and mortar, and then I rented it out to another tenant for a year, and then she abandoned it, and I was obligated to get the brick and mortar again. It was just such a weird situation. And after that, I was like, I had an option to do one more year, and I was like, I can't. The truth is, you should not have a brick and mortar business unless you already have a system that works. But it almost felt like getting a brick and mortar was like getting your own apartment, or you know, getting a bedroom and decorating it. Like, it was such a distraction from the real problems. So going through that experience, it's been a battle. I closed my brick and mortar in August. I didn't let anyone know. What's wrong? Oh, your toes okay? What'd you step on? So I had already had once I took that year off from having a brick and mortar and rented out to a tenant, I decided to go in. I was pregnant with Kenji, and we went in and got a 6x12 enclosed trailer that we would just put on the back of our truck, and we literally flipped that with a contractor to make it my very first mobile wig business. The reason why we didn't go with a bus or a van was because of how costly it is. I didn't want to put too much money in it, and that wig wagon made me a lot of money. It gave me a lot of opportunities. I attended a lot of events. I partnered with, you know, a nonprofit organization. I, you know, posted up at hospitals making wigs for kids, sometimes 6 wigs in a day on the spot. I have done a lot in this wagon, more than I have ever done in my previous brick and mortar business. Long story short, we decided that, you know, we do love having it mobile. I want to design something that's compatible for my family. It's a wonderful idea. It's a great starter kit, but it's just not where you finish. Our trailer actually popped off of our truck. We weren't really going that fast, but I don't think that the hitch, basically, I don't think it was hooked on all the way correctly. Actually making wigs for kids that day, and we left and it was raining. We went over the train tracks. SUV went up, like it hopped up and it unlatched from my trailer. It was raining. We had all the kids. Our kids were in the truck, in the SUV, and we had to go. Me and my husband had to step out of the SUV to pick up the trailer off of the ground in the rain, in the middle of traffic. But I didn't let that stop me. And I would meet with clients who needed their wigs fixed, who wanted to order new wigs, who wanted to just do some wash and style services, who wanted to have consultations. I would meet with them at a local Walmart. I'm going to close up my shop. I'm going to close it up, and I'm going to focus on my wagon, and I'm going to focus on that, and we're going to make this work. Now that we have something that's literally ours, no one can take it away. We can take it wherever we want to go. If we want to go to South Florida, if we want to go to Tennessee, if we want to go to Georgia, wherever we want to go, we can do that whenever we want. So I'm excited.